And welcome back, everybody. You're watching News Channel 3 Live at 9. We introduce you to Jonathan Brilliant. At the top of the show, an artist who works with a rather unusual medium, coffee shop stir sticks.
Now, Jonathan is from Charleston, one of the beautiful cities that we talked about at the beginning of the show. And he is on his Have Sticks Will Travel World Tour. It's a marathon series of art projects created in 8 galleries across 2 continents, including a stop here in Memphis. You're doing a 2-week, what do you call it?
Residency.
Residency, okay.
You're stirring it up now here in Memphis, so to speak.
We'll never look at stir sticks the same way again, Jonathan.
All right, Jonathan, what is the fascination with these stir sticks?
Well, I was, a couple years ago, I was an artist who used materials from the natural environment, in quotes, and I realized it's really expensive and difficult to take trips into the woods, so I looked at the coffee shop as my natural environment. I dwell in a city, so I just sort of adapted my way of working to all the natural materials available within the coffee shop. So I think of the coffee shop as my natural environment.
I love it.
Very different,
and that's
very
so
unique.
true for so many of
know.
us. So what, did you do other art like with napkins, or did you just focus on the stir sticks as the natural?
No, I've used napkins and prints, I've used lids, the straws, the sleeves, the sugar packets. The sticks are just the most portable, where someone can bring me in, I bring several cases of sticks, and I work in residence and create a piece for places. So that's how I'm traveling around doing the sticks. But
right.
So you even use, what, packets of Sweet and Low or Splenda and Equal or whatever else is out there?
Absolutely, and sort of treat them the way an artist would treat maybe leaves. Use them for color, and I've arranged large structures just by stacking the sugar packets. Yeah, absolutely.
So in your residency at the University of Memphis, are you there on site every day creating, or did you do your installation and then that's it?
Well, actually, you're catching me at the very end. The show opened last night, and what people can come see in the show is the 10 days that I spent working in the gallery, and it was 10 days of weaving the sticks into the Jones Hall Gallery. So.
Okay. Now, in many occasions, Jonathan, when people are walking by and they see your art for the first time and they see you somewhere close by, what do they say to you?
Generally, the questions you're asking, like, what possessed you to do this? And, you know,
is that the obvious one?
That's sort of the obvious one, but like I said, to me, it just was sort of an obvious leap that if I'm going to work with materials from a natural environment, the coffee shop, for me, is my natural environment.
Absolutely, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
How do you start? Because you've been working on this for now about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
Do you? But you had to start somewhere.
Right, and I can show that real quick. The system is an algorithmic pattern where every one stick holds in another 3 sticks. So the basic construction unit is this, and then I just insert more in that, and every time a point touches each other, it makes the structure stronger. And I think you have some images of the finished pieces.
Right.
And as I build them out, they become more like architecture, and they're these structures that support themselves.
That is so cool.
That's sort of it.
That really is. Is there some type of mathematical equation in all of this that we're looking at, or?
Not a severe sort of math. Like I say, it's the idea that every one holds in 3, and then as I build that over the piece, the more points that connect, the stronger the structure can get, and the more I can actually torque it and shape it. It's a little bit like Frank Gehry's architecture, where I'm just kind of bending planes and creating points that connect.
On the very, very big one that we looked at earlier on the show, how long did that take you?
I'm not sure. Most of them are about 10 days.
10 days.
I can usually squeeze about 10 days working on site, and then we're out of there.
10 days. About how many hours, Jonathan?
10 to 12 hours a day.
You ever get tired of it?
Wow.
No, I mean, I'm an artist. It's like me asking you if you got tired of reporting. This is what I do.
This is what you do.
This is what I live for.
Did you play with like Jenga or Tinker Toys when you were a kid?
Constructs. I don't know if anybody remembers plastic.
Yes.
Oh,
Kid in the 80s, way back there. Yeah.
Kid in the 80s. Yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I like the T-shirt as well.
Thank you. It actually glows in the dark too. It's a glow in the dark print that I made. Yeah.
How long when did you start this?
About 2006, as part of an artist residency, I proposed a project where I would use all the materials from the coffee shop, and from that residency program, which is at the Redux Contemporary Art Center in Charleston, South Carolina, I've evolved this project now for several years, and people, instead of me asking them if I can do it, people are asking me to come and do these for them. So it's been a great sort of turn.
Now, when you go to the coffee shops, do they get kind of nervous to see you coming and say, oh, what's going to happen to all these stir sticks?
Sometimes, but a lot of the guys at home in the coffee shops will save stuff for me. They'll actually help out the project.
I bet they
and
do.
You know, I don't want to turn it all commercial, but you could do a Starbucks ad.
I would love to. Anybody out there, I'm available.
Seattle's best.
Contact me.
Yeah,
that's
the
lens are
that's right.
so many
High
others
Point
out there.
Coffee.
Yeah.
All right, we're putting on your screen the information where you can go see Jonathan Brilliant's Brilliant Art. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. We are checking back in with Charleston, South Carolina artist Jonathan Brilliant.
So Jonathan, I got to ask you, is there a stopping point in what you're doing here? This baby has really grown since we checked in with you earlier.
Yeah, I figure the stopping point will be when the show ends.
Okay, all right.
When you're actually doing an installation, though, a piece of art, how do you decide when it's finished?
Before I head into a space, there's always a gesture or a shape or a form that I know I want to accomplish. And then when I reach that sort of mass, I know I'm done. It's always a relationship to the architecture of the space that I'm given.
Okay.
In this case, what about the space that we're using right here?
I was given the table as an architecture.
A table, right.
So I've just sort of engaged with the architecture of the table, and I thought it was a good way to kind of demonstrate the way I work. And if you go to the University of Memphis, you'll see there's some structures in the gallery there with these metal pipes that I kind of played off of and wove into, and you'll see some similarities between the small table piece here and the Memphis piece.
Do you also do this around your house or apartment or whatever as well? What does it look like?
No, our house is pretty conventional, and my studio at home, these works I only work on in galleries, and I kind of use the gallery as my studio for this body of work. And the studio at home is more of a traditional art studio. I just have what I'm working on at the moment. So,
really?
Yeah, so these are all site-specific. So when you go to the gallery, you're going to see the place where I made the work.
So what's next for you? Because you are a constantly evolving artist. Every artist is. I mean, not that you're ever necessarily going to give this up, but is there another natural environment that you want to explore?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of have treated the whole world as my art supply store. So, I mean, I'm always raiding dumpsters and hardware stores. But at the moment, for the next year, I'm sort of preoccupied with the idea of being an itinerant artist. And that's where I'm on tour. You know, next week I'm off to Berlin, Germany to do one of these. And I'm literally just going to check the most amount of material I can check as checked baggage.
And then find it there.
And then get there, yeah, and then work when I get to Berlin. And
Jonathan, we
Love
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Glad to
thank
have
you.
you here in Memphis at the University of Memphis.
And we put the graphic on your screen so you can check his art out.
Back in a moment.